that?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
FDR. Thanks for confirming that. We were talking about, Shane and I are both history buffs, and we were trying to think of who did this particular quote. So thanks for that. My name is Tim the Piano Man, and I'm here to play the piano. That was, of course, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And here's another one that I hope you enjoy. This one's called On the Sunny Side of the Street. Thank you, what a great audience. Thank you very much. Thank you. My name's Tim the Piano Man. Remember, if you have a request, hey, good to see you. If you have a request, just let me know. If I know it, I'll play it. If I don't know it, I'll play something else.
You got a Liberace in you?
Liberace. Well, Liberace did this next song. It wasn't his most famous, but he sure did it. He has an arrangement that I learned of the song called Roll Out the Barrel, the Beer Barrel Polka. So I'll play the Beer Barrel Polka for y'all.
He didn't do anything original on Yes, did he?
That's a good point. I'm not sure, but that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Here's the Beer Barrel Polka.
All right.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going to play a song called The Entertainer by Scott Joplin. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You got the Marvin Hamlet in your repertoire.
Marvin Hamlich. No, sir. I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. I don't know who that is.
Are you kidding? He's a famous piano player back in the 60s and 70s.
Really?
played a lot of movie themes.
I appreciate that. Well, I've got something to learn now.
Yeah,
Marvin Hamlich.
yeah.
All right. I probably have heard something by him, but maybe not recognize him by name. At least that's what I hope.
Hope so.
I'll play some more Scott Joplin for y'all, though. I'll play the Maple Leaf Rag.
Everything you play is excellent.
Thank you, sir. I'm doing my best. Appreciate that. That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. How about some boogie woogie for y'all's Monday morning?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it. fun.
Yeah.
My name's Tim the Piano Man. Remember, if you have a request, just let me know. If I know it, I'll play it. If I don't know it, I'll play something else.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis. Okay, I'll do Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's Great Balls of Fire, Jerry Lee Lewis. That was a special request, Jerry Lee Lewis. Now I'd like to play a song that Fats Domino did. This one's called I Found My Thrill on Blueberry Hill. Hey, that's the one. Thank you very much. Here's another one I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. That's a song called My Blue Heaven. I'd like to play a song now. This one's called Last Date by Floyd Kramer. gosh, what a great audience.
You know, he lived in Nashville. That's when he was famous for backing up a lot of records.
Yes, sir. A lot of records from Floyd Kramer out of Nashville.
But they did the drive around when you go around where
Montana.
country stars wouldn't play.
Yeah.
They lived. They drive around there and he'd be out there working in the yard. Somebody say, now who you? He would be Floyd Kramer, and he said, I'm Miss Kramer's yard man.
That's hilarious. So Floyd Kramer, Floyd Kramer would say, when people asked who he would say, he's Mrs. Kramer's yard man.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's a great story. I never heard that before.
Yeah.
Appreciate you telling me that.
My friend was a next door neighbor.
Your friend was Floyd Kramer's next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
I used to see a lot and meet a lot of people when I lived in Nashville.
You lived in Nashville. Gotcha. Okay.
And went down there.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. A lot of music in Nashville.
Oh yeah. A lot of the good music is never published or never recorded. A lot of music. You stay right there. You see it in these late night places.
Yeah.
You could clean up there.
I go out to Nashville about once a month, and I do pretty well there.
Yeah. That's what I figured you would.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the vote of confidence.
Yeah.
I better get back to the music. Let's see. How about we do a country song? This one's not out of Nashville. This one's out of Shreveport, and this one is called. Well, it's by Hank Williams Sr. It's called "Hey Good Lookin'."
I was going to say it had to be a Hank Williams either.
Yep, that's right. You know your music.
Yeah, he played Louisiana Hayride.
Yes, the Louisiana Hayride.
Yeah.
What's that?
Ronnie Millsap.
Ronnie Millsap.
Yeah.
Anything in particular?
No.
Can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Let's see. I should have figured that.
You know, I'm a Memphis boy. I'm not a Nashville boy.
Played Memphis for years.
That's a good point. Okay, you got me there, sir. You got me there.
Out on summer, I've been there on Sunday afternoon. I'll be the only one. He'd be praying.
That's something special.
Yeah.
That's
I thought it was special.
well, I can't do that one, but I can do an Elvis tune. How about an Elvis tune?
I do well.
We're going in Navy music today.
Navy music. Well, that's a great request. Okay, I'll do that instead. I'll do Anchors Away.
You what?
I'll play Anchors Away for you, sir. All right.
You gotta play Kiss and go rolling along, then.
Okay, I'll do that too. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. What a great audience. My name is Tim the Piano Man. I have enjoyed entertaining y'all this morning. Thank you for your requests. I especially appreciate the requests that I don't know because it keeps me humble. Thank you very much, and I'll see y'all again very soon. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great audience. Thank you.
Where did time go?
The time flew.
I know.
The time sprouted wings and took off.
You tired?
I'm a little tired, yes, sir, but nothing I can't handle.
Oh, no. No, you stay with a long time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate your stories today too. I enjoyed them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Real Chef used to play at TJ Lounge on summer.
On summer
Uh-huh.
in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the house band for a long time.
That's great. House band. That's something special.
I used to see all the guys back in 50s, 60s, you know.
Yes, sir.
Johnny Cash was playing, of course. What's the name? Outlaw, you know.
Yep. The that band that he formed, right?
Yeah.
Well, sure make my way.
All right, we'll see you,
Yes,
bud.
you, sir.
Enjoy the music. You have a lot of talent in your band up here.
Thank you very much. Well, I appreciate it.
Behaving?
Thank you, ma'am.
Are you behaving yourself? You sure?
No, he's been up dancing and scared off.
What a coincidence.
Well, about Wednesday, he's going outside. All right. So, they more.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here and for listening.
I got your table all set up down there.
Oh, you do?
Yes, ma'am. You want to come over here, go around the,
Yeah.
go around that, go over
Okay.
here.
Okay. We'll have that over there.
I'm gonna turn you around, honey.
Okay.
No, this one here,
Oh, that,
this one here.
oh, that, okay.
You can sit in that chair.
Yeah,
And I'll get you some coffee.
okay, thank you.
All right.
Good to see you, sir. Hello.
You never played this?
Yes, ma'am. I do play some gospel songs.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I guess they lost it or it's like very one. Because I'm looking around stuff.
Oh, I think I've heard that one. I don't know that one by heart yet. But that's a good one.
I love that.
My favorite is "It Is Well With My Soul."
Yeah, I like that too.
You know the
Get
story
you
of
some
that one?
coffee, okay?
It's a beautiful story. If you're interested in, maybe you can find somebody to tell it to you. It's kind of sad, but it
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was a song leader in a couple of churches. Yeah. It's been a while though.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Grab my phone. Louisiana woman, Mississippi man. I don't know that one. Well, I think I better learn that one.
It's really fast paced. I think you really enjoy playing it.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
Like it.
Great. There you go. Hey, how's it going? Did I ever learn Alley Cat? No, sir, I haven't learned that one yet. I got a long list of requests and haven't gotten to all of them, but I'll keep that. I respect that. Subscribing, everybody. Thank you so much. What a great group. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through comments and then I'm gonna drive and chat a little bit. Shadow Striker X says play Megalovania by Undertale. Don't know that one. Hey, you should have breaks by making live streams every day. Not sure what that means. Wasted W. Thank you. Editor says I can stay all day watching this. Woohoo. Thank you very much. Binary Express says, can you do Rush E, please? I don't currently have that one under my fingers, as they say, but that's on my list. My list is pretty long, though, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get to it. Editor says, best pianist I've ever heard. That is very flattering. Thank you. Verse Sales says, we are in a saloon from the Wild West. Hey, appreciate you getting in the spirit there. Yeah, I was doing some ragtime music. Juan Hernand says, Tattoo, please. Tatto. I don't know that song. Rush E, another request for that one. I get requests for that one a lot. It's on my list, but no guarantees as far as the delivery time. Shashila, Rahendra, GS Lavindar, Janegar says, please, yes, please, Rush E. Rush E. And then Shashila Rajendra GHS, Govindraj Nagar says, does he pay attention? So here's my spiel on that. Because my main gigs that I stream are at retirement communities and health and rehabs, I can't always respond to requests in real time. So that's kind of the deal. I would like to, and part of why I'm doing these streams is so I can build my watch times, and so I can monetize my channel, and I can get a studio where I can actually do live streams and learn more of your requests and respond and give shout outs and that kind of thing in real time. So that's kind of my goal. Juan Hernan says, mi voy. Quinnicon, hey Quinnicon, thanks for joining and explaining. Says he can't interact. He's getting paid to play songs the residents like. That is absolutely true. Thank you for explaining that. Where is he from? Quinnicon says Memphis, Tennessee. He tries his best to, though. You sometimes see him streaming in his car where he can interact, like right now. 88 says, that's very nice job on the piano. Thank you, 88. Shrishila says, very talented indeed. Oh, thank you. Gurman says, you are amazing, Tim. Thank you. Shaka S. Kappas says, Takebrando, Tim. My Spanish is really not that good, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. Essa e moi cria. Or is that Portuguese? That might be Portuguese. Either my Portuguese not that good either. But thank you. I got some like cool emojis, so I think that's a compliment. Franco David Mamani says, Toca Megalovania, please. That's the second request I got for that one. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I'll certainly keep that in mind. Kong Trun Huang says, so nice, dude. Keep up the good work. Thank you, and thank you for the emojis. Shaka Kappa says, you incredible. A hug from Brazil. Okay, so that was Portuguese. Cool. Ludwig van Beethoven says, incredible. Wow. What a screen name. I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness. Shashila says, awesome. Thank you. Mikiyas Seifu says, love. Thank you. Shashila, is this an inverted piano? It's not an inverted piano. It's a mirror recording. So I stream with the screen facing towards me, so it is mirrored. But I started doing this because I got some feedback that the piano players out there were like turned around by that. And I got some feedback about that. So what I started doing is I started releasing the recordings in the videos. So if you go to my channel, you can look at the recordings and the date of the recording, so you can actually tune into the show that you were on, and it's going to be reversed. By that I mean reversed twice, so it's normal. Hope that makes sense. Kana Garcia says, nice. Charmander Lover says, oh wait, you're actually so good. That's an interesting way of saying it. Like your default was to expect me to suck and to bomb, but I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Shashila again says, very good, man. Thank you. Parallel Coil says, subscribed. Can you please play Ragtime? Oh man, I wish I had seen that, because I do play Ragtime. Not only do I play Ragtime, but it is also appropriate for the gigs that I play at retirement communities. So that is a great request. I'm sorry I didn't see it. So that's the third thing. I need to see it. I don't always see the request when I play. 1010 says, I am subscribed. Thank you. Aesthetic X Aura says, subbed. Thank you. Super Ninja 87. Hey, what's up, Super Ninja 87? Thanks for joining again. Yes, I do remember you. Gray says, hey Tim, it's Gray, remember? Yes, I remember you, Gray. Appreciate that, and I appreciate you watching my other videos too, and commenting. That was very cool. I always like that. Sem Yen says, nice to meet you again. Hello from Russia. Hello. Thank you for joining. The Tartan GK says, hi Tim, I